Today what I'm going to be doing is creating an internal bass drum mic mount for my bass drum, and because I'm tired of setting it up and I'd like to have it inside my bass drum, so for ease and convenience, so I'm going to be creating one and you'll get to see the process. Here you can see the heart of my mounting system. What I have is I have an aluminum plate that I bought at a hardware store for $1.50. I've got a Beta 52, which is going to be my microphone. I bought some of these plastic clips, and I think this is like 5 or 6 millimeter bungee cord. I got 20 clips and 20 feet of bungee cord was like 15 bucks. That, well, you know how much that is. And this is $1.40. So that's going to be the heart of my internal miking system. What I've done is drilled a hole right in the center of my mounting plate. That mounting plate's 8 by 8, by the way. No rhyme or reason. I just figured the wider it is, the more stability it might have. So I drilled the hole in the center, marked the center, drilled it, as you can see. And I'm going to mount my Beta 52 on it. Here's my mounting plate with the Beta 52 installed. As you can see, like I said, what I like is when it's hanging, it's perfectly balanced on the plate, side to side, front to back. The balancing point is right there in the center. So again, not a lot of pressure left to right, front to back when it's mounted. What I did next is, after I put in my mounting hardware for the microphone, it'd be sitting like this, I went ahead and drilled a 3/4 inch hole, measured it off or with a marker. And what that's going to allow me to do is put my XLR microphone cable right here into or through the mounting. This is a side view of the mounting plate, and you can see the XLR coming through. So it's going to sit in there. Whoop. Turn it here, something about like that. Here I have my finished mounting bracket. I've cut it out with a hacksaw and drilled the holes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sand it down, or grind the edges, rough edges off. Here's my finished mounting bracket looks like. What I've done is I put rubber grommets in here. They're about 10 cents each. I put a rubber grommet in there for my XLR, and that's what it looks like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this thing so that it sits in that bass drum about like that, with the bungee cord and clips, and we'll see how that works. Using pieces of nylon webbing, what I'm doing is I'm putting the lug bolt through that, and then I'm attaching it. As you can see, it's attached right here. So I'm going to do that on the upper just to get my mic mount installed. Here it is, preliminarily mounted in my bass drum. I've got my webbing attached to the lug nuts. I've created my bungee elastic cords. Right now I've got it sitting in there with some electrical ties, because I think that'll be beneficial for adjustments and things like that. So we'll see how that works. Alright, now I'm going to put the bottom on, so it should secure it. We'll see what happens. And here is a finished version of my bass mic. As you can see, it's insulated. My XLR is going to come right through here. Don't hear any noise flipping around, regardless of how this bass drum is turned. It's not going to hit any of the heads, so it is insulated. And oops, sorry for the video. And down the road, if I want to tighten these up a little bit, all I have to do is tighten these electrical ties a little bit, and we're all set. Here's a look at the finished mount from the batter head side. Also, you can see reflection. I got the XLR cable already attached. Kind of trimmed up my electrical ties, so as you can see, it's in there good. And the good thing is it's really quiet. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and put an XLR jack somewhere in this shell. I just got to determine where to put it, and then I'm going to mount it, and that way I'll just be able to put my bass drum up, plug in, I'll be ready to roll. This shock mount, it worked fantastic. Just played 2 gigs with it, and love it. Working really well. Now some people may be concerned about drilling a hole for the XLR jack. That's not a concern of mine. As you can see, I mean, if you were to count the number of holes, including the front and back of this shell, it's probably got 35 holes in it to begin with. So 36 is not going to affect it. As far as resonance, most people put pillows or foam or something in there, so the shell's really not resonating anyway. And I just want to have that convenience of being able to plug and play. What I've done is I've marked a spot on the shell where I'm going to drill, and I'm going to drill it with a very thin drill bit as a guide hole. Then I'm going to route it out with this 3/4 inch wood bit so that I can put my XLR jack in, which looks just like that. And again, you have should just slide right down in there. A lot of people have said you can tape this, which will make it cleaner, but I don't have any tape. But if you have any masking tape, you may just want to put it on the shell and then mark it on the masking tape. This is a Pearl VSX birch ply bass drum. It's got a champagne sparkle wrap on it. So I'm going to drill through the wrap and through the shell itself. And I've chosen a spot that I hope won't be in the way of any of my hardware, or won't get kicked around, and just kind of down below the bass spur here. And it shouldn't block anything if anybody wanted to put padding or something like that in there. So we're going to go ahead and get that drilled out and see how it works. This is what it looks like. I drilled the guide hole, and I went ahead and started with this wood bit, and I just took the little piece of covering off of it, so now I just got wood to drill into. So I'm going to drill from about halfway through on this side, and then I'm going to go from the inside so that I get a nice clean mounting hole. This is what it looks like after the hole's been drilled. It's a nice clean hole inside and out. Again, no major issues there. Just make sure you have a nice sharp drill bit and go slowly, and I don't think you'll have any problems. Now that the hole is drilled out, what I'm going to do is just make sure my XLR jack fits in there, and as you can see, pretty nice looking. It kind of a little not that obtrusive on the other side. You'll see it sticking out a little bit, and what I'll do is I'm going to wire a short white mic cord from the mounted B52 to right there, and I'll be set. All I need to do is plug and play. One thing I do want to say, when you drill your hole, I guess there's an adage or saying, measure twice, cut once. It's kind of the same thing. Take a look at where you're putting your XLR jack. Make sure that it's clear of all your hardware and all that. Here's a picture of the XLR jack installed into the bass drum shell. It's kind of hard to tell because I've got the champagne glitter wrap, but that's what it looks like installed. This is what it looks like finished. So now whenever I get to a gig, all I have to do is come over here to the side right here and find my XLR jack, plug it in like that. No bass drum mic setup, no stand to trip over. Real nice and easy. When I'm done with the gig, all I need to do is come over here, release the XLR, and I'm ready to pack up and leave. So that concludes installing the XLR jack.